Hi everybody, Debbie from Awake and Motivate Oilers here to give a short class on CBD oil. Let me share my screen with you. Give me a second to make this a little bigger. Hopefully you're able to see this. So CBD, Plant-Based Wellness. What is CBD? CBD stands for cannabidiol. It is a compound that comes from the hemp plant, also known as cannabis sativa. This compound is part of a complex body system called the endocannabinoid system. So it's important to note that there are two different plants. There is a hemp plant and a marijuana plant. The hemp plant only has 0.3% THC, and we'll discuss that a little bit later in this video. The marijuana plant, on the other hand, has high amounts of THC. The endocannabinoid system is a regulatory system in the body that helps with brain functionality and helps to regulate the nervous, endocrine, and immune system. It assists with digestion, pain modulation, reproduction, stress, appetite, mood, temperature control, and even memory. This is the new frontier of plant-based wellness. CBD was discovered in 1940, and in 1992, our body system called the endocannabinoid body system was discovered. We always had it, but it was just recently discovered in 92. There are two types of receptors. Let me go back here. There are CB1 receptors, which is mainly the brain and central nervous system. So think your brain and spinal cord. Then there are CB2 receptors. This one has more of an impact on the immune system, the gastrointestinal system, and the peripheral nervous system. The CB1 receptors are affected by THC, while the CB2 receptors are affected by CBD. So let's talk about the endocannabinoid system. So your brain sends a message called a neurotransmitter, and this neurotransmitter excites a neuron. The message moves from neuron to neuron until it reaches its destination. So think of it almost like a game of telephone. Do you remember playing that as a child where you would sit in a circle or a long line and somebody would start a sentence and then tell it to the next person, and that person would tell it to the next person, and so on and so on. And by the end of the line, the last person recites what they heard, and usually that message is messed up, and we all get lots of laughs. Well, that's fine when you're playing a game of telephone, but when this happens in our endocannabinoid system and our neurotransmitters are sending incorrect messages and things get sent wrong, this can be a problem. So think of, let's think of my two arms. If you can see, let me see if I can stop sharing for a second. There we go. If you think of my two arms as your neurons, and you have over here and right in the middle is your synaptic gap. What happens is your message releases a chemical called a neurotransmitter, and that neurotransmitter is released from a neuron through the synaptic gap right to the next neuron. This is weird because in the screen it's looking backwards. When the message is received, it excites. So it starts from the one neuron, goes to the next neuron, and it excites that neuron and moves on, so on and so forth. There are cannabinoid receptors, which are right on the neuron. So think of like little hairs or something pointing out. Those are your receptors. They're not hairs, but just try to give you a visual. And they interact with these neurotransmitters as it passes on. So the problem is if they are sending the wrong message and it's going down along the line and your brain is sending your message, let's say to your foot, and the message is incorrect, this is where a problem can arise. Let me go back to sharing my slides. We got to go all the way back from the beginning. Okay, there we go. So these CB1 and CB2 receptors that are on those neurons that we talked about are stimulated by cannabinoids like THC and CBD. Stimulating these receptors can affect how the message is sent, how it's received and processed, and help the body achieve homeostasis or balance. So that's where we want to be at. We want to have an even level. We want to have balance or homeostasis. So let's talk about THC and CBD and what are the differences, what are the benefits, and what are the maybe non-benefits of it. So THC stands for tetrahydrocannabidiol. This is what gives that euphoric feeling, often referred to as getting high. giving you the munchies. So too much of this really is not a good thing. You will fail a drug test if THC is found in your body. But the positive of this is that it interacts with the CB1 receptors, and that we talked about before, how that mainly speaks with your brain and central nervous system. CBD, on the other hand, works with the CB2 receptor, so that's your immune, gastrointestinal, and peripheral nervous system. So this is like your system, like where you have pain. Cannabis sativa varieties have less than 0.3% THC by dry weight and are considered hemp plants. So it's a very small amount, and you may or may not pass a drug test. Varieties with the higher levels, as I mentioned before, are those marijuana plants, and you will definitely fail a drug test. So we know the benefits of THC are that it will interact with our our CB1 receptors, but the disadvantage of this is that we can fail a drug test, we can feel a little loopy, things that will come with smoking weed. So let's talk about the CBD history. Hemp has been grown and used for centuries for everything from cloth, paper, lamp fuels, ropes, industrial fiber, food, and even body care products. I know years and years ago, I think it was Levi jeans used to be made with hemp. And if you have those jeans today, they're probably still in amazing shape because hemp is such a strong product. President Washington and Jefferson both grew hemp, and it was widely grown in the United States up through the mid-20th century. In 1970, Congress passed the Controlled Substance Act and classified hemp as a Scheduled I drug. So it had strict regulations for its use and cultivation. In 2018, the Congress passed the Agricultural Improvement Act and removed hemp as a drug from the Controlled Substance Act. So this is fairly new. So this is actually good news for us that we can get our hands on CBD. So let's talk about, do we want to use CBD? And if we do, what is it good for? Where should we get our CBD? There are a few types of CBD. Let's talk about full spectrum and an isolate CBD. So full spectrum products are processed in a way that allows it to retain the terpenes, flavonoids, plant parts, and other cannabinoids. Now the terpenes are very important. That is what is affecting your CB1 receptors. So what they do is through a process called supercritical CO2 extraction, it puts CO2 under a high pressure while keeping it at a low temperature, and the pressure turns the CO2 into a liquid that then passes through the plant material and extracts out the CBD oil. Remember, this is still going to have 0.3% of THC, so you can fail a drug test. That is your full spectrum. The benefits of a full spectrum, as I mentioned before, are the terpenes, and that creates a synergistic effect in the body when combined with CBD, and the terpenes are the ones that affect the CB1 receptors. Now the CBD isolate, this is the purest form of CBD and has 0% THC. So what they do is that process that I talked about before, the supercritical CO2 extraction, goes even further. And once the oil is released in that extraction process, chemists use what's called a chromatography, which removes other cannabinoids and plant material that we don't want, which results in the CBD isolate and 0% THC. This is going to ensure safety, purity, and therapeutic value of the CBD. The downside to this is that we lose our terpenes, which are affecting the CB1 receptors. In order to get a synergistic effect, we can add in therapeutic grade essential oils, which we get from Young Living, to add the terpenes back to the product, thereby creating a controlled broad spectrum CBD. Young Living calls this the smart spectrum. So we now got rid of the THC, which is beneficial because now we're going to pass a drug test. We don't have to worry about those euphoric feelings. But the bad part of it is that now we've lost the terpenes. So Young Living comes in and they now infuse it with therapeutic grade essential oils that have terpenes to add the terpenes back into the product. So I hope that's making sense to you. Let's talk about what terpenes are. They are the key to getting the synergistic effect with your CBD. They are aromatic hydrocarbons that are found in essential oils of a plant, and they affect the CB1 as well as the CB2 receptors and neurotransmitters in the brain. Listed are some of terpenes. I'm not even going to try to pronounce them. You could take two powerful products, your CBD isolate and your therapeutic grade essential oils, blend them together to make them an even more powerful product. Why use CBD? CBD has positive effects on the digestive and immune systems, as well as the peripheral nervous system. CBD can have a supportive effect on these body parts, on these parts of the body, and can be used for daily maintenance. Many people have reported a decrease in their symptoms when using CBD daily. So CBD isn't necessarily one of those things that you kind of use on an as-need basis. Unless you're using like the muscle rub, that's a different story. But generally, if you're having a chronic issue, you want to use CBD preferably day and night. CBD is supportive of the body while dealing with these chronic health issues. I feel like I am missing something I want to say on this slide. So we're going to use this daily. Start small. I don't have my bottle with me. It's a dropper bottle. And there's lines on there that help you measure what you want. I suggest starting with 0.25 milligrams twice a day, maybe even 0.5. And you're going to take this just directly underneath your tongue, sublingually. Let me go to my next slide because I think I may be getting ahead of myself here. Let's continue this. CBD can increase serotonin and thereby increase mood and reduce occasional anxiety. This is a common symptom many women experience after giving birth due to fluctuating hormones. I'll be quite honest with you. This is why I use CBD. I use the citrus one, and I use this 0.5 milliliters twice a day. And my mood, my anxiety, my anxious feelings is really becoming very level now. Endocannabinoids can be found naturally in breast milk. CBD isolate is generally thought to be safe for pregnant women and nursing mothers. CBD can be used topically to soothe sore muscles and joints and to support a healthy skeletal system. So we do have an awesome joint and muscle balm. Here we go. How to use CBD. So CBD is a versatile product that can be used in many different ways. Before dousing yourself with CBD oil, it's important to decide which application method is going to be best for your needs. Some application methods are more effective than others at targeting specific issues. CBD can be mixed with lotions, creams, salves, and applied topically. The next bullet is talking about this book, which I'll show when I make myself a little bigger. CBD Plant Based Wellness by Cody Linklater. It is an amazing book with lots of information. So how to use your CBD. The CBD a person needs will vary by individual. So we say start small and gradually increase. So use, let's say 0.25 or 0.5 milliliters twice a day. If you're not noticing a difference or enough of a difference, slowly increase it. So we can use this orally. Let me just see if this is the end of my slide. No, I still do have a little bit more. So we can use this orally. I'm going to stop the share for now. Okay. I think you guys should be able to see me a little bit better now. So here is the book, CBD Plant Based Wellness. You can find this on growinghealthyhomes.com. If you order a CBD product through me, I will actually send you a book for free. So let me know. We'll get you started with that. So you can take CBD orally, and this will direct the CBD to your bloodstream by way of the digestive system. You can also use it sublingually. So that just means to put the drops right underneath your tongue, let it sit there for 1 to 2 minutes. Underneath there is a capillary rich environment, so it will get in your bloodstream as well. It's not about CBD or an essential oil, so I know a lot of you guys on here use essential oils already. It's about CBD and essential oils, so using them together. So if you have a chronic digestive issue, you can still use your Digest topically on your belly, but you're also going to use the droppers of your CBD oil. Let me go back to sharing my screen. And so here we talked about CBD and essential oils together. We understand now why an isolate and why we add back the essential oils to get the terpenes back in. Pretty much went over all that. So ways to get started with Nature's Ultra. You would simply go on their website, you can place an order, but of course we all want discounts. So if you're looking for a 15% discount and free 2-day shipping, you would simply link your Young Living account to Nature's Ultra. So when you go into your Young Living account, you're going to select one-time order. Underneath there, there's going to be a tab that says Nature's Ultra. Click on that. If your account is already linked, you'll see that you can go directly to the website. If it's not linked, it will ask you, do you want to link your account? Select yes, or whatever the tab says, and follow through. Nature's Ultra will then email you just to confirm. Use that link to get to the Nature's Ultra website to confirm, and your accounts will be linked. You will see 15% pricing, 15% off pricing when you log in. When you create a username and password for Nature's Ultra, I wound up just using the same username and password for Young Living just to make it easier. So just a little bit of advice for you. So what do they have? They have a CBD roll-on, which is amazing. They have the muscle rub, which I talked about, and of course the oils. So there are 3 types. There are cool mints, citrus, and cinnamon. So how do you choose which one to use? So the best way I look about this is to see which essential oils are added into the CBD isolate. For cinnamon bark is added into your CBD isolate, and that's great for the immune system, great to regulate blood sugar levels. So if that's something that you are having an issue with, that might be the route to go. We have citrus. So the essential oils in citrus are grapefruit and orange. I consider those ones great for emotional support. Then there's cool mint, which contains peppermint and spearmint. So those oils are great for pain modulation and the digestive system. So it's kind of a cool way to kind of figure out which one product is going to be the best for you. These slides over here tell you which terpenes are in the essential oils that are added and what those essential oils terpenes are good for. So if you are looking for a copy of this, either screenshot it or I can mail you this graphic as well. I can send you this graphic to help you out as well. It's important to note that citrus has grapefruit in it. So if you are, the CBD oil will inhibit cytochrome P450 in the same manner as grapefruit. So if you are on a medication that interacts with grapefruit, you wouldn't want to take this. You will know that it'll say on your prescription bottle, do not take grapefruit. So that would be a product that you would definitely want to stay away from. Quickly, you will notice the label on here. The label on here is not going to tell you you can ingest it. It's going to give you topical directions. This is just an FDA thing because it is not yet legal throughout all the states. And since Young Living and Nature's Ultra sells everywhere, they kind of have to stick with the guidelines so we can cover our back for all of the states. So it is labeled as, it does not label as an ingestible. So we just say topically put it under your tongue, and that will still get into your bloodstream. This goes over the pricing. So you can see that if you are a Young Living member, you're getting 15% off. They come in 500 milligrams and 1,000 milligrams. I highly recommend starting with 500 milligrams to see where you're at. If you find that you have to take a full dropper full, once you finish the 500 milligrams, you might want to invest in the 1,000 milligrams, so you only need to take the half a dropper full. They have the Calm Roll-On, which is great for sleep and relaxing. There is also the Pet CBD. This one is not infused with essential oils, so you can kind of make it for what you need. If you can put your own essential oils in there. This one is great for children as well. Then we have the Joint and Muscle Balm, which is the balm. I do have both 300 and 600 milligrams. I've used it for headaches. I've used it for my neck pain. I've used it for low back pain. I also just this morning used it on my daughter for a cough. Somebody had recommended it to me, and my daughter has this lingering cough. We've been using Raven essential oil on her chest to help her go to sleep at night, which has been working great. But sometimes she just can't get rid of it. So I decided to put the muscle balm right on her chest, and you wouldn't believe how she almost instantly stopped coughing. And for a very long time, for at least an hour, and then she went off to school, so I don't know how long it lasted for, but pretty cool. Right now, Nature's Ultra has a huge bundle price sale. So if you get the variety pack of all three flavors, do I call it, of the oils, you'll see you can save additional, still with the free shipping, if you are a Young Living member. So for those of you that are interested in ordering CBD and are not yet a Young Living member, contact me, I'll help you out. You can become a Young Living member either by, the most popular way is by ordering a premium starter kit. It's $165. You get 12 of the most used essential oils, a diffuser, a bunch of other goodies, and then 24% off of your essential oil products through Young Living for life. The kit is more than half off. It's well worth just under $400. So great way to get started. I do highly, highly recommend that. That will help. That will make you a Young Living member. If you just like, Deb, you know what? I don't want to do anything with essential oils or oil infused products just yet. I just want to order my CBD. You can become a member by ordering a membership kit. This is called your basic kit. This is $35. You will still get a bunch of products. You're going to get a bottle of Stress Away essential oil and a bunch of other goodies for that $35. So you're actually getting $35 worth of products. Maybe it might even come out to a little bit more. But most importantly, you're becoming a Young Living member. You will get your 24% off should you decide to order any Young Living products. And you will be entitled to link your account to Nature's Ultra, which is where we get our CBD oil, get your 15% off and your free 2-day shipping. Again, here's the book, CBD Plant Based Wellness. If you are not a Young Living member, you become a Young Living member using me as your referral. I am member number 303, 303-2252. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I actually just had a little bit of a brain fart forgetting. 303-2252, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So when you log into Young Living and you go to create an account, whether it be a retail account or a wholesale account by purchasing the basic starter kit for $35 or the premium starter kit for $165, click you were referred by a member and enter in member number 303-2252. Definitely reach out to me. Let me know that you're ordering. I can help you out with this journey. And I will send you a CBD book if you become a Young Living member and order a CBD product as well. Thank you so much for hopping on. I hope this information was helpful to you. Have a blessed day, everybody.